A 1, 2, 3, 4. What up, everybody? Richard Bird here, and on today's episode of The Dash, I want to talk about asking the right questions, or more specifically, understanding your clients and what they consider to be a win. One of the first things I teach anybody who works for me is you got to know what is the win. What is that one thing that when you do it, you'll know that you got there and your client knows. Oftentimes we hear these talks about hidden agendas and how people can have unstated expectations. You're told to do A, but they really expect you to do B, C, D, and E. So understanding the win is so important. And I wrote a blog post one time that I think kind of encapsulates this whole thing of asking the right questions and understanding the win. And so it's kind of like this. My wife makes this phenomenal oatmeal. I mean, everything is in the pot. She has the brown sugar, the cinnamon, some vanilla. I think some cream, I'm not sure. I know there's some butter in there. When I tell you, baby, that stuff is phenomenal. So she would give it to me, and I would sprinkle some sugar on top of it. So the next time I had the oatmeal, it was sweeter. She gave it to me. I put some sugar on top of it. The third time, she gives me this oatmeal, and it's molasses. When I tell you, there was just so much sugar on it. And so I asked her, I said, why do you keep making this oatmeal sweeter and sweeter? And she said, well, every time I make it for you, you go and you put sugar on top of it. And so I said, no, I don't put sugar on top of it because I want it sweeter. I put the sugar on top because I like the texture. When I was a kid, that's how my grandmother would give it to me. So putting the sugar on top, I just like the texture, the taste of the sugar, the sugar granules on top of the oatmeal. It has nothing to do with sweetness. And so the real take home for you on that is she was solving a problem for me, but she didn't ask me the right questions. Now, the crazy part is sugar was the tool and the solution for a problem. It wasn't my problem. Does that make sense? I wanted texture. She thought I wanted sweetness. She gave me the same thing. She gave me the sugar, but it wasn't applied the way I needed it, and it didn't solve my issue. I think what's germane to that is that there's so many times as business leaders, as people who are service providers, we try, for lack of better terms, to scratch an itch on our clients. That's not the right spot, simply because we don't ask the right questions. We don't ask them what exactly is the win. What is that one thing that lets you know that you have won? I promise you, if you start asking your clients and even yourselves as you go along now, what are wins? Asking the right questions. What is the win? How do I know that I've achieved the right thing for you? As opposed to assuming that you know the right tools to solve their issue. You will get a lot farther and you will become a lot more successful, which means you'll make more money. Yeah, ask yourself, what is the win? And am I solving the right question? Am I solving the right issue, the right problem? All right. Hope that helps you. God bless. Peace. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
diggy, 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 diggy,